Hey everybody, I'm going to do a real quick tutorial on how I make the laundry cubes for my children. The reason why I do this is because they have a tendency of overdoing it when they add laundry soap to the dispenser, and I use the powder for them to try and keep a little more control of how much they're using. That wasn't working, so I started making the cubes and I ration them out for them, and on their laundry days they get so many cubes depending on how many loads of laundry they have, and I've got a lot more control of how much soap they're using. This is the dispenser compartment that I pulled out of my washer, and I take this usually about once a month and I do a really good rinse down on it to avoid any buildup or anything, you know, powder, liquid, whatever, just gooking on and building up. This is the original thing that comes in the compartment, and this is originally intended for liquid soap, but we're not going to use that, so I take that out. And over here in this container I have these little cubes, and I also make these little gingerbread looking guys, and they just pop them in and push the compartment back in and start the washing machine, and works out pretty good. I got a lot more control now as to how much laundry detergent these children are going through. So let's get this stuff out of the way and we'll get started on the tutorial. Okay, so basically we're just going to make a small batch right now, so I'm not going to use the large bowl since I'm just giving you a real quick review on how to do this. Your bowl, you're going to need your homemade laundry detergent, whether it's with your own, coconut soap or Fels Naphtha or whichever one you're doing. And you're going to need some glycerin. Sorry guys, the labels came off. But this is Essential Depot glycerin. You're also going to need some water, which I've already started to boil, and I'll bring that over in just a second. Let's see here, we're going to take about, we're going to do about a cup and a half right now. So you're going to take about a cup and a half of your pre-mixed laundry detergent, the powdered one. And if I can find my measuring spoon, you're going to take about a tablespoon of liquid glycerin, and let me grab that real quick. Sorry. There, I got it. So we're going to take about a tablespoon. I usually use about a tablespoon of every cup. And we're going to put that in there. Now let's go get our water. Okay, so I've already boiled this water right here. And I put a towel on my table to avoid any mess, which obviously I'm not avoiding. But we're going to start off with about a half a cup at first. I've never made a smaller batch, so let's see what we're getting here. And we're going to mix this up really good. Now, what I normally do, because I make large batches at a time, is I take it and I put it on the stove and I melt it all down to it's like a nice creamy consistency. And then I take my stick blender with the whisk attachment and I whisk it up. But since this is just a real small batch, I'm not going to do that. You know what, let me add just a little bit more of the dry laundry soap. So let's say 2 cups to a half a cup. But you want a creamy consistency, and because I'm not boiling this, I'm just getting kind of like a gooey consistency, which is fine. I mean, I rephrase that. Not boiling it, but heating it up till everything melts down. And you end up with this nice creamy looking soap, but then you take the whisk to it, and it kind of brings it back to this consistency after you whisk it down and the temperature cools down a little bit on it. Okay, so let's say that we're nice and mixed in here. Okay, I might just add a little. I think we're okay like this. So I guess with the heat of the water, it is kind of melting it down. Yeah, it is. So I guess at this stage is when I would normally put in the whisk, and I would whisk it up really good. But we're just going to do it with the spoon right now, or the spatula, should I say. And let's go over here and let's pick a mold. Okay, so let's just use these right here. And you're going to take your, this right here is a Wilton, I believe it is, and it's the fudge mold. I got this one at Michael's. I think they're like $10 or something like that, but when you use your coupon on your phone, you get like 40% off, and sometimes you can get lucky and have the 50% off coupons. So it works out really good because you end up paying what, maybe $3.50 or $5 for it. You go to a Walmart or any other store, you're going to pay like $8.99, and you don't get a discount. There's no coupons. So I'm taking a 1 tablespoon and we're slopping it in. And see, that's like literally a perfect tablespoon right there. So 1 cube alone will do it. And that's all you really need to put in for your dispenser, is just a tablespoon. And let's see if we have enough in here for one more. Looks like we do. Perfect. Okay, so that made 9 cubes. And just tap it down a little. Ah! It's falling. Everything's falling. I'm just trying to even them out. And they literally start getting hard within a matter of minutes. And you'll see that they'll start stiffening up and changing on you. We're going to bring this over and do an extra one, I guess. So we got 10 instead of 9. So you've got 10 loads here. Da-da-da. And that's basically it. Now you're going to let this sit overnight. Yes, you could pop it in the freezer and try and speed it up, or in the refrigerator, but I don't recommend it because you don't want to add that moisture to it. So just like every other batch of soap, let's just try and practice some patience, and I guess it'll end up working out. So that's it. We're done. So we've got 10 of them, and like I said, they end up working really well for my children. I hope you guys get to do this and enjoy it. So here's the finished product, and you've got a nice hard square. Or if you use this mold here, which is also Wilton, you'll end up with the cute little baby. I call them babies. Husband says they're gingerbread men, but go figure. Anyways, okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Okay, you guys have a good one. God bless. Bye-bye.